Hi everybody, it's Holly and welcome back to Smile by Holly. So today we are going back to basics and we are going to make this adorable, simple little box. Now, what's so special about this box is when you open it up, it actually folds flat for mailing. So let's say you wanted to gift a cute little box to somebody where they could then put their cute little treasures and trinkets in. This would be so easy to mail. Now that bow makes it a little bit more difficult, but what a fun gift to be able to have a fold flat box, and then as you pull up the top, the sides fold up, this folds over, and then it's just closed with a simple little Velcro closure. So what do you think? Fun, fast, and easy. So let's just jump right in and get started, and I'll show you how to make this cute box. Now, one thing that I have found is I like the fact that by using double-sided cardstock, you have that cute pattern on the inside. Don't you think that makes it just over the top cute? You could just use single-sided and have it be white on the inside, but I really like the idea of having the pattern on the inside and then the cute pattern on the outside. So that's what we are going to be using today. Let me bring in my cardstock. Once again, we're going to use this cute pink flower, and then on the back side, you've got that cute green stripe. So what you'll want to do is cut your cardstock down to 11 1/4 by 8, and then bring in your scoreboard. Okay, now on the 11 1/4 inch side, you want to score it at 1 1/8, at 4 3/4, at 6 1/4, at 9 3/4, and then we're going to turn it to the 8 inch side, and we are going to score it at 1 1/2 and at 6 1/2. And we're done. Okay, put your scoreboard away. And before we go any further, let's fold and burnish on all of our score lines, and it'll make it a little bit easier to show you how we are going to be folding our box. So I'm just folding it on my score lines, maybe give it a good burnish. Double-sided paper is usually a little bit thicker than single-sided paper, so that's why the extra burnish will come in handy. Now, these score lines are going to be hard to see, but you have two different size outer edges. And let me bring in my ruler. So this side over here is 1 inch, and this side over here is 1.5 inches. What we're going to be working with is the side where it has the inch score line, okay? So make sure you're doing that because this is going to be the lid. So you want the inch side score line that we're going to be cutting away on. So there's this large triangle and then a smaller rectangle. A larger rectangle and a smaller rectangle and a large rectangle and a small rectangle. And we are going to cut those out. I'm going to flip my paper over to this side. That striped paper is a little bit hard to see. And you know, score lines are hard to see anyway. But I'm just going to cut up that score line. I hope I can get it even. Just nice and slow. Make sure your line is even. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to do it over on this side. So just cut up that score line through those two rectangles, okay? Boom. And boom. Okay, so these are the two pieces that you have left over. Now we're going to be using them in a minute, so just set them aside. Okay, now before we go any further, let's round our corners. This is going to be our lid, and you can use a corner rounder or just some scissors. I'm just going to use some simple scissors and round the corner. It just makes it look more like a lid by rounding the corners, a little bit softer. Okay, now what we want to do is bring your scoreboard back in. Now, this is a little bit tricky because what we want to do is we want to do a diagonal score from this corner to this corner on all four corners. So let me kind of show you. I'm going to line it up in my scoreboard I have to try it a couple times, but once again, you're going from this corner to this corner, and we're going to do that on all 4 corners. And you know, if there's an easier way to do this, I would love to know, because mine is just kind of trial and error to get it right there in the corner. But after I do it a couple times, I can get it right there in the corner. Now, can you see that's going from that corner to that corner? And maybe I will take a marker and I will draw on it, just so in case you can't see what I'm going after. So I'm just making a score line from here to there. Okay, does that make sense? And from here to here, so it was from here to here. Okay, so that's what the score line is. We're also going to do it in this corner and in this corner. So I won't draw that, but let's bring it up here. Like I said, it takes me a couple times to get it from the corner, find a little notch, and get it to where it matches up exactly. So I would like to know a trick if anybody has one, but there on the 3rd try, I got it right there from this corner to that corner. Okay, and then we've got one more, so I'm gonna line it up. There we go. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to fold those 2 corners in. Can you see that? We're going to fold those 2 corners in. And it does it pretty easy once you've scored it. See how that lines up just perfect and it folds in like that. See that? Boop, boop. And let's fold it in over here. I'll move the lid out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. That just folds in. And then this just folds in. And once you've scored it, it just kind of folds in on each other easy. Now look how cute that lined paper looks. Oh my goodness. Now what you want to do is you want to take those 2 extra pieces that we had cut off, and we are going to cut these down to 3.5 by 1 1/4. Now grab your scoreboard. We're going to bring our scoreboard back in. And on the 1 1/4 inch side, you want to just score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so bring your other one in. On the 1 1/4 inch side, score it at 1/2 inch. That is going to make a tab for us. So let me show you. Just going to fold that over, and that is going to make a tab. Do you see that? Now, before we go any further, there's a short side. This will be our tab. And this is going to be the part we actually want to just round the corners. It makes it, I guess it's not necessary, but round your corners, it makes it a little bit softer for the inside. So you've got your short piece, which is the tab, and then the bigger piece, and I'll show you how we are going to use this. So I'm just rounding this part over. So now we've got our 2 pieces right here, and these we're going to use as tabs. So let me show you. I'm going to open up my box and flip it over, and we're going to put adhesive right here on this little tab right here, okay? I'm just going to use my mono tape adhesive, and it's just easier for me to see on the back, but right here, do you see as I bend the sides down, this tab is going to fit right in the middle of that. So line it up to that score line. And like I say, it's easier if you do it, if you flip your box over. So there we go. So that makes this little tab right here. Okay, so let me add a little bit of adhesive onto this side. Once again, I'm flipping my box over. And right here, if you fold those sides in, this will help you to line that piece up. It fits in there just so perfectly. Line it right up to the tab. And press it down, and that's what we have right there. So it's this curved part that we added on. This is the part that's going to fold up and over when we fold our box in. As you can see, it's all going to fold in. And then this little rounded part will go up and over. Does that make sense? Now, if you did not want a fold flat box, what you could do is put adhesive right here. Go ahead, fold your sides in and fold your sides in and go ahead and glue that down. So it would be like that. Now this is if you did not want your box to fold flat. So if you're just using it for yourself, go ahead and just add adhesive onto this little tab, fold your little edges in, and then because that has adhesive on it, I'm trying to hold it and do it at the same time. That will just make a box that doesn't fold flat, and it probably is a little bit more sturdy, so that is an option. But the thing I wanted to show you today that I thought was so cute is by adding tape to this to where you can fold it flat. And I'm going to use my marker again, and I'm going to show you where we're going to be putting tape. Here, 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 and here, okay? So those 4 corners are where you want to put your adhesive. And I'm going to use hot glue for this. I'm going to add hot glue right onto here and right onto here. And then I'm actually just going to fold this flat, okay? Give that a good dry. While that's drying, I'm going to have hot glue right in this corner and hot glue down in this corner. So it's kind of fun because, you can make this box 2 different ways. It's just for whatever you want or whatever you want to use it for. Okay, so that's gluing. Now watch, as we pull this up, the sides will pull in. Let me just get my paper moving in the right direction. Okay, so it's flat right here. As you pull this up, the sides come in. Is that so cute? That folds over, and then you just want to add a Velcro closure. So I've got some Velcro right here. Now, because so much relies on the Velcro for actually holding this shut, I am not only going to put the Velcro on, but I'm going to hot glue it down, just because I want to make sure that this sticks good. So I am going to put my Velcro right there, and my desk is messy. Add a little bit of hot glue on the back of that, and now fold my box with that hot glue and then shut it. That hot glue, it will just make sure that the Velcro dot adheres really well. Gotta let it sit a little bit longer. Look, I'm impatient. I'm gonna just hold that on. And there is our fold flat box. So what do you think? So it works out great for mailing, okay? Or as you pull these sides up, the lid automatically wants to shut, but as you pull the sides up, the lid comes over and folds flat. What a fun little box to put all your cute little trinkets in. Now, of course, it needs a cute bow, so I've made this double bow. We're gonna put that on there. So there are our 2 cute little boxes. Oh my gosh, so many fun things you could put in these. I think it would be fun to make a small set of homemade cards and envelopes and gift them in this box. But cute little treasures or trinkets or yummy candies, so many fun things. But I hope that I've given you a couple different options on how to make this fun box. What are you going to put in your box? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. I would also love to have you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So go have a nice, fun crafting day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.